this is how to control Red Faction Battlegrounds. Well, first of all, for PlayStation, this is a PlayStation DualSense for PlayStation 5, but same thing would happen for PlayStation 4. With these older games, the start button and select button are on the touchpad. So the start button for this is there. And let me just show you the controls here. So everything seems pretty straightforward. It's kind of funny that the controller diagram, I think that's a 6-axis controller. It doesn't even have a Sony logo on it, but I don't think that's a DualShock 3 even. But I'm not sure. I never had a PlayStation 3. But anyway, everything looks like it makes sense, but then when you get into it, you might have issues. Like I had, like other people in the community have had and talked to me about. So let me just show you how this works. And I'm gonna try and keep the controller in good view. So basically, for the main things of what you're doing in the game, you really only need your 2 analog sticks. I'm assuming that the same is true for Xbox, but I really couldn't tell you. So let's just open the first mission here. Okay, so like this. Let's get it started. Okay, so you don't have an accelerate button like you would in a lot of racing games. You just use the left stick like this. Drive around in circles, drive around in circles. And you see that little bump out from the circle around you? That shows the direction that you're going, which is kind of helpful sometimes when there's a lot going on around the map. So that's pretty easy to understand, right? I mean, at first I was hitting R2 thinking, oh, that's what you have to use to accelerate, because that's what every game uses. But no, it's simply left analog stick. I'm assuming it's the same for Xbox, but easy to do. Okay. Now, how do you aim, though? This is where people had problems. This is where I had problems. So you move your aim around using the right analog stick. So it's like you dial it in, and you can't really see where it's actually aiming, so you have to kind of tell by where your projectiles are going. You see? And you just hold it there. You have to hold it at whatever edge you're aiming towards. Now there is another control scheme using trigger fire. I have no idea how this works. Like, yeah, you're firing, but for some reason it does not. It doesn't give you auto aim, which is really, you need that on the mines missions. So you change, at least on PlayStation, you change the fire type by hitting left touchpad. So I always keep it on stick fire, and just remember, you just use this, you kind of dial in where you want to start shooting, kind of like you're I don't know, doing a lock-picking mini game or something. And then you just hold it there. Let's find something to shoot at. I'm gonna shoot straight behind me, okay? It moves, and then you just hold it there, and it keeps shooting. But you will get overheating of your guns, so you need to not shoot constantly. You can't just abuse that. So come around here. Now I'm gonna aim at these yellow boxes here. Oop. The visuals are, excuse me, the view that the game gives you is not always super helpful. Okay, these yellow boxes are explosive, so, alright. You see the jut out of my circle of where I am around my car is heading towards that, I don't know, exploding refinery, whatever. But I'm going to start shooting to the left to hit those yellow boxes. So now I don't know, like this is how it works on PlayStation. I imagine how how it works on Xbox. I don't know if it works at all on the so to speak digital only. Excuse me, get my quote fingers in here. Digital only PlayStation 3 or Xbox 360s. If you know what I'm talking about. I talked to one person who tried it on that, and the auto aim would not work for them. So, but just keep that in mind. There are in some like we don't have them here, but you saw that you picked up here a speed upgrade. Sometimes you'll pick up mines, sometimes bombs, sometimes remote mines, and to drop them you hit L1. I'm not sure. It's probably the same on Xbox. And then if it's one that needs to be exploded, the remote mines or the proximity mines blow up by themselves if someone drives over them. The remote mines you have to blow up themselves. The singularity bombs you have to do the same. You have to blow them up. So those are the only times you use these buttons. But yep, it's mostly just these analog sticks. And it's really weird to get used to, but once you get used to it, I think anybody can start playing this with some skill.